In 1978, I got put in the mental institutes. From 1978 to 1986, I was there about 32 times. I was diagnosed bipolar. I got drunk 3 times, from early Sunday morning to around 12 o'clock. And I was supposed to take my son to the tractor pull, but I forgot about it. And I was going to go get some heavier stuff to drink that day. And I was with them little boys going down to the nearest store. And it's just like I got this thought in my head, and I know it had to be placed there by God, because I had never thought nothing like this. It says, you don't even have to drink no more. You can go back to recovery meetings, you know?
And with my bipolar, all 5 of my senses are affected. My sense of feel, my sense of seeing, my sense of taste, my sense of touch, and my sense of hearing. It's very scary. Sometimes you're very happy, but you have to understand that the journey that I've been on for 10 years with my bipolar, in and out of mental institutions and things like that, it's been a battle between good and evil.
Just started in a younger age of drinking and using drugs, and I sort of wanted to try to change the way I was living, you know. And I started going to recovery in about 1986, recovery meetings. It took me about 9 or 10 months, but I finally got sober. And one night I just was going to try to go to sleep, and I got beside the bed and I just fell on my knees crying.
I hear voices when I'm eating, and I could ask the voices many different questions. I talk to them like I'm talking to you. When I was in and out of those mental institutions, I used to kneel down at night and pray, and the only sound time I had was when I slept.
I just said, I'm tired of living this way, please help me. And you know, I said, if I had to fight the urge to drink and use drugs, I know I'm probably going to drink and get high. But if you help me, I'll do anything I can for anybody the rest of my life. And that was March 7th, 1987, 32 years ago. And I never have wanted to drink or use drugs since then. And I think it's 1 Timothy or 2 Timothy 2:7. It says, God didn't give me a spirit of fear, but of love and power and a sound mind. When I read that verse, I knew that God didn't give me the mind I have, that He gave me a sound mind, you know? And I started just repeating that verse over and over. And in 1994, Christmas Eve morning, I've been reading the Bible for about 3 hours, and it was about 5 o'clock in the morning, and I got this thought, I've healed you in the middle of illness, you don't have to take your medicine no more, you know? The doctor at Mental Health that had been my doctor for a good while wrote me a letter and saying whatever was wrong with Mr. Phillips is not wrong with him anymore. And as long as he stays involved with recovery and church, we feel like that he'll never experience the problems he's had with mental illness, and you know. And that's a big deal for a doctor to write something like that, because there's a lot of liability there. But it's been 1994, I've never had to take another pill or never been back to the hospital.
I was on many different medications for different years, and it sent me in and out of those mental institutions. But all I do know is God is good all the time, and I love worshiping Him. I don't know. That's basically it. I'm just enjoying life. I mean, life is beautiful. We
talk about we have to have the willingness to change, you know. And I just, you know, I didn't have no willingness before I walked in that door, in that bedroom that night. I believe that God is a healing God. I don't think He wants anybody sick. It makes me feel like I really know the love of God, you know. And it also makes me feel like that He can touch anybody's life, you know, anybody's.
All of your cares, all of your hurts, all of your pain, all of whatever you're feeling, give it to the Lord. Let Him have His way with what's going on in your life. Because as Forrest Gump did say, life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you'll wind up with.